Hello guys, Mark from GamebustersUK with episode 4 of the Dragon Priest Hunter series, featuring John Belmont, the fearless slayer of dragon priests. Thank you very much for the sort of overwhelming support and viewership on the third episode for being Croesus. Today we're going to be slaying Hevnoraak.
Look at those ruins.
And using a new headset today. And I have to say, when I recorded a little bit of testing audio, it seemed very crisp, which I love. Anyway, Valthume, the best way to get to there is go from Markarth and go to Dushnik Yao, which is southwest, and then from Dushnik Yao, which is a orcish stronghold. Just make your way sort of due southwest a little, and you'll reach Valthume. Valthume. Pretty difficult to miss. You know, kind of tomb crypt. May as well point out this is post recording commentary, so I did not do the commentary live. And you'll meet when you enter the tomb, you'll meet this ghostly fellow here.
Leave, stranger. Evil stirs in this place. I fear for the security of the very land if it should break through. We stand at the tomb of Hevnoraak, who has been dead for many generations. I fear, however, that his return may be at hand. I have been holding him here. While he regains strength, however, I am fading. By now, I can barely contain his power, much less defeat him if he awakens. But with the help of a living champion, I may be able to succeed. You would do this? 3 vessels in the tomb below hold the power to vanquish Hevnoraak. Before anything else, we need those. Bring them to me, but be careful, mortal. They are guarded by Hevnoraak's minions. They will stop at nothing to see their master return.
Yeah, so this is a nice one. This is actually a side quest called Evil in Waiting. This is a really nice one. I really enjoy doing this because, you know, this has like a little backstory to it and really fleshes out. You know, it's not just you came across a dungeon and you're going in it to, you know, kill whatever you come across. This is, you know, the tomb of a powerful undead lich, and you know you gotta stop him from regaining his full power. Otherwise, you know, all hell's gonna break loose. So we need to find these 3 vials throughout the temple, and of course, the temple is infested with Dragur, you know, undead, and they are practically Skyrim's version of zombies. I'm gonna say I was a little bit disappointed that Skyrim does not have like zombies, as in like, you know, rotting flesh and stumbling around, groaning sort of zombies. I was a little bit disappointed, but you know, the Dragur they are awesome in their own right. I mean, you know, they are especially the Death Lords and the higher level Dragur. You know, they are definitely worthy undead opponents. But I was just a little tad disappointed that there was no zombies, if you know what I mean. I mean, we had them in TES 4 Oblivion, and they were cool. They even had headless zombies, which was cool. But in Skyrim, you just get the Dragur. They're cool. They speak. They actually speak. So speak sort of archaic form of Nordish. I suppose you call it Nordish. So anyway, you can see me busting out Dawnbreaker. I have to point out that, you know, Dawnbreaker and Spellbreaker combination, sword and shield. You have to put in a few hours just to obtain the items. I mean, they are Dragur artifacts after all. But they have. I mean, Dawnbreaker is just the ultimate weapon for killing the undead in this game. it sets them on fire, does decent damage, and blows them up if you land a killing blow. And Spellbreaker, literally, if you combine it with the Hevnoraak stone, like I have with this character build, and put the shield up, you can negate quite a lot of magic damage. Like I think there was a point in it may have been the last video where I was negating quite a lot of damage from magic with Spellbreaker. It is a fantastic combo. If you are going to hunt these dragon priests, it's I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but you know, if this combo, you're seeing that it does work. I mean, you're going to see over the course of the series. I mean, you have seen over the course of the series that it does work. Look at that, that's lovely. I love it when they blow up when you hit them with Dawnbreaker. But yeah, so Skyrim DLC is coming out just over a month's time. It's coming out on Xbox 360 first, which is a bit of a downer, but seeming as, you know, they help to perpetuate the DLC, it is only fair. I mean, I don't have an opinion. I mean, we can all bitch about what console's better, but at the end of the day, they're all good in their own right. But I love the PS3, and always will. Xbox is fine, you know, it does its thing well. And you know, at the end of the day, if whatever console was really, you know, terrible, then, you know, it wouldn't be sold, it wouldn't be commercially sold. So, you know. But enough about that. I mean, this temple, this side quest, this is cool. I mean, I like this. I mean, the temple design is also pretty cool. It's like, you see, we got the lantern traps here, which if you drop them, they fall on the oil and, you know, cause a fiery explosion. You know, it's really good design. And each vial is like guarded by a pretty strong Dragur Deathlord. Like, these guys, they're powerful opponents. I mean, they have strong opponents. Probably one of the strongest opponents in the game, I would say, sort of melee wise. And they also use shouts, like Unrelenting Force. I don't. Although the player character will rarely get knocked like back by an enemy NPC's Unrelenting Force, sometimes it can be annoying when you do get knocked back. I mean, if you watch the very first episode, sorry, if you watch the very first episode where I was tracking down and killing Valthume, you'll notice that there was a Dragur Deathlord in that episode that gave me quite a bit of trouble actually, and he knocked me down, and you know, depending on how long it takes your character to get up from this sort of animation, the enemy can get in quite a few hits, and you know, these high level enemies, it only takes a few hits for them to kill you, so you gotta be careful. And another shout which I really hate the Dragur Deathlords using is disarm, because not only because it disarms your current weapon and it sends it onto the floor, sometimes it is hard to reclaim your weapon. Like if you because you're in the middle of a fight, right, and a Dragur Deathlord uses disarm, your weapon is dropped. The first thing you think is, well, I gotta rearm myself. So normally what you would do is just, you know, pop up your inventory and you can get out another sword or whatever. And then after the battle, you would look at the sword that you got disarmed. But sometimes I can't. Like, sometimes I can't find the sword straight away if it's disarmed. I've never lost one. I've never lost the sword from being disarmed. I always manage to find my weapon if I've been disarmed by a shout. But I remember in Oblivion, I lost a weapon from being disarmed. Not really sure how that happened. I think in Oblivion, if someone has a block skill of 100, you could possibly disarm yourself, and certain types of attacks disarm you as well. and that was annoying. That was annoying. I remember that because I couldn't find the sword afterwards, and I was convinced that it had glitched through the map or the dungeon floor or something. So I couldn't find it afterwards. The sword was Thornblade for anyone that's interested. Any Elder Scrolls buffs watching the video, you will know Thornblade. Decent sword, decent sword. I have been giving thought to an Oblivion playthrough. I really do like Oblivion still. I mean, Skyrim is superior in terms of graphics, but I've not really put anywhere near the amount of hours into Skyrim as I did when Oblivion was first came out. Not first came out because I got my copy of Oblivion in like 2010, 2009 when I first got my PS3. I think it was either late 2009. I think it was late 2009. I remember that because I got my PS3 with my first ever paycheck, my first ever, when I was at work, when I first joined, my first payday. I sort of went a bit, bit postal with my earnings, and I bought a PS3, and I bought Oblivion with it, as well as Soul Calibur 4 and Lego Batman. One of the first games I ever bought for PS3. That was good times, good times. And I remember I thought Oblivion was the best game in the world. Since then I've revised my opinion, as I have revised my opinion of Skyrim. In the first... oh, sorry, I do have a bit of a cough, as you may have discovered. But yeah, right. Skyrim is a fantastic game. Let's not beat around the bush. Skyrim is a fantastic game. Go away, cough, please. I'm trying to speak. Skyrim is a fantastic game, and the great thing about Skyrim is that jeez. The great thing about Skyrim is that it reached out to such a wider audience than Oblivion did, and it reached out. I mean, seriously, Skyrim, reached out to such a larger fan base than Oblivion. And I think the flashy graphics helped that, and the hype before the game's release really helped. Really helped that. And that's the great thing about Skyrim. I mean, the folks at Bethesda, they deserve it, because they've been making games like this for years. I remember Elder Scrolls #1 Arena, which is available for free download on Bethesda's website if you're interested and you want to chase that up, as well as Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. I remember those early games. Daggerfall is awesome, by the way. If anyone, Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall is awesome. I remember those early games, and they've always made quality games. The Fallout series as well. Amazing. Cannot wait for Fallout 4, even if it's going to take like another couple of years. I mean, the Fallout series is also awesome. But for your no sword and sorcery RPGs, the Elder Scrolls series just does not fail to deliver on every installment. And that is why I really love it. But Skyrim reached out to such a larger audience that Oblivion just couldn't do that. And that's what I like about Skyrim. But yeah. The initial month and a half that I had Skyrim, I bought it on release date, and for the first month and a half, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was just amazing. And for that little, for that like month and a half period, I did not pay any heed to, the audio's gone out of sync. This has happened before, but it happens when I record long videos. I mean, this is a half-hour video, so. And normally, yeah, it sorts itself out, but, anyway, yeah, for like the first, month and a half that Skyrim was out, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. I wasn't as overawed as I thought I would be, because I'd been waiting for it to come out since Oblivion. I was like, well, yeah, let's see this game come out. And so my hype was probably way too much. Yeah, I was probably, you know, way overhyped for this game. But the first month and a half, I thought this game was amazing. I could not compare it to anything. And but after that period, the glitches and then hiccups, they started to annoy me, and now they really annoy me. But I still know a good game when I see one. And Skyrim is a great game. It's definitely hitting the 90%, you know, 90+%, and definitely 5 stars if anyone still uses the 5-star rating system. This was incredibly annoying. This was so annoying. Level up a little bit. I had some perks left over. I guess I didn't know what to do with them when I leveled up the previous 2 times, but now I think I put the perks in some. I used the perks up. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Although it doesn't matter now because unfortunately, I have lost this game save file, and by lost I mean I deleted it. I deleted it in a fit of rage, in what can only be described as a fit of rage, because you see, the last patch for Skyrim, the last update for Skyrim, the last patch, update, whatever, I think it's update, well, last update for Skyrim on the PS3, it brought along with it a retexturing of the underwater textures, but that also causes a crash whenever you go underwater, and so I thought all my game saves had been infected by this glitch, and that I couldn't do anything about it. The game would literally freeze as soon as you go underwater. And whilst I was recording this series, there is one dragon priest that is in a dungeon which has an underwater section, which made it impossible for me to actually reach the dragon priest himself, because every time I had to go in this underwater section, the game would crash and I'd have to restart. And it was very annoying. It was extremely annoying. And to my chagrin, I suppose, chagrin, is that how you say it? I should have looked at fixes before I went postal and deleted all my game saves. I can only say that I was pissed at the time, not drunk. I mean, I was angry. And I deleted all the games. I deleted all my game saves, including a couple of level 81 characters. Which is probably not the best thing to do, but I was angry because I felt like the game had broke, and I didn't look at any fixes. I just didn't look at any fixes. But then I looked at the fixes on the internet, and I realized that all you have to do is uninstall the update, and then uninstall Skyrim, and then install it again as if you'd bought the game from new. And you keep your save files. You don't do anything to your save files. And then I did that, and the game runs fine now. Of course, it still has 101 other glitches and hiccups, but it doesn't crash when I go underwater anymore, which is amazing. Well, it's not amazing. I mean, games shouldn't do that, but yeah. So I have created a new character called John Belmont. I tried to memorize what the character looked like. I made him a little bit more grisly. Like I gave him a few more scars around the old face and changed his hair color a little bit. But he's only level 5 because I'm doing it legitimately. I know I could have power leveled and whatnot, but I'm gonna have to get Spellbreaker and Dawnbreaker again. I'm gonna have to remember which perks I had. You know, I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna have to redo the build over before I can then resume recording. Now you'll be happy to know that I only need to record 2 more Dragon Priests, the last 2 Dragon Priests, and then I've done away. I've got 2 more episodes after this video, and then I have to at some point record the last 2 with my new character. But I'm thinking I might just do it with a different character that I have, because now I have 2 save files. John Belmont, the new one, and I have a Khajiit, assassin type character. You know, dual wielding, sneak, all that sort of good stuff. And I'm thinking I might do it with that character, but I'm not sure. I did name the series John Belmont, so I was kind of doing it with the one character, sort of Templar, sort of Slayer of the Undead type character. So maybe it'll be dumb if I suddenly change characters, but I'm gonna warn you. I did use a different character when I in the Moroke episode, because
This ends now.
there's a dragon priest called Moroke, right? And this is a spoiler, but he is a boss during the mages, the College of Winterhold, which is basically the mages guild of Skyrim. And he is a boss at the end of that quest line. And I did not want to go through the College of Winterhold with my John Belmont character because he's not a mage, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided I would do it with my mage character. And I did think, you know, you've titled the series John Belmont, but you know, at the end of the day, there isn't really I'm not really bound by anything to say that I can't do whatever. At the end of the day, it's all the same content. I'm not messing around with it in any way, shape or form. I'm still showing you all 8 dragon priests, and I hope that after a few months of this completed series being up, people can come here and check out the locations of dragon priests that they want to hunt down, and anyone that wants a challenge can, you know, look at the full list of the dragon priests, all 8 dragon priests, on here, which is what I'm hoping. Here's another example of Spellbreaker negating all magic damage. That was awesome, wasn't it? That guy, and that's even more awesome. Nice. But that guy was just hitting me with ice magic, and I had Spellbreaker up, and the magic shield was deflecting his magic attack, and he was not getting any damage through. That is what I mean when, you know, Spellbreaker is such an awesome shield against mages. And if you're a warrior, you know, even if you're not gonna have the whole undead, Slayer of the Undead thing going on, Spellbreaker can be extremely useful against mages, you know, because every warrior's worst nightmare is mages. Because when you're a warrior, you'll find that the mages just, they hit you with spells, then they run off. They hit you with a spell, they run off. They fling a fireball at you, then they run off. So you have to chase them, and the distance, you know, when there's a distance between you and a mage, you're always gonna get hit. So I hate mages when I play as a warrior character. But when I play as a mage character, whoa, I love doing the exact same tactics. But yeah. What was I talking about before this? I was talking about that I had to delete my all my old characters, because all my save files rather, because of the underwater glitch. But yeah, I sorted it out and we're all good to go. But I've only got 2 after the next. There's 2 episodes after this, which hopefully I can upload within a week, about a week of each other. And then I have to record the last 2 dragon priests, and then we're done. But I've really enjoyed doing this so far. I mean, this is one of the things about Skyrim, you know, if you don't want to do the main quest line, you can just go off and explore this vast world that the game devs have designed for you. I think that's something that's always been amazing about these Bethesda games. They just excel at it. And some people don't like it. That's what I don't get. The number one reason that I hear from a lot of people who say that they didn't like Skyrim, or they say Skyrim sucked. You know, I don't mind if you say Skyrim sucked because you had a lot of glitches and it prevented you from fully enjoying the game, because I can understand that. What I don't agree with is when people say, well, I didn't know what to do. Like, I started the game, I was a warrior, and I didn't know what to do, and I got lost, and you know, that's not the point, man. The point of these games is that the world is your oyster. You know, you can do the main quest if you want, and you can enjoy doing that, or you can just go out and explore these places, collect these awesome weapons, and you know, do all this good stuff. Yeah, but with some people, for some people, I'm not gonna say that they're idiots, but because that's rude. But for some people, they crave linear games. You know, like they want to know, they want to be told what to do in games all the time. Like they have a very passive you know, if we're gonna, okay, you know, I love doing this, so I'm gonna apply some media theory, because, you know, I love media theory. They like to be a passive, they like to digest their media passively, and by that I mean, they like things on the screen to do stuff for them. You know, they like to be told. If you play, let's say you're playing a run-of-the-mill FPS, and you're going from objective to objective on a very linear path. You gotta blow up these oil drums or something, and you get a like a marker telling you where to go on the map. The map's very linear. You can't go off too many. You can't go off, you know, onto little side routes or anything. And the screen, you know, the objectives on the screen says blow up these oil drums, right? Well, that's kind of linear, but a lot of people, you know, when they don't have that, they're like, well, they're like scared little puppies or something, and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? And for some people, they like that. I'm not saying that they like to play linear games per se, but I'm saying, you know, too much freedom for some video games is kind of strange. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. It's a fly. Get off. Get off, you little winged bastard. Come here. Yeah, this fly's out. No, didn't get him. I got it. Oh, didn't get him. Yeah. Touche, fly. Touche. He got away. Got this little fly zap. There's this fly on the preview screen, and sorry about this background. I got this fly on the preview screen, on the computer screen, and I was just trying to zap him with my zapper, but he got away. So, touche. He'll come back later, and then I'll show him what it's for. So yeah, like some people, like when they give the reason that they didn't like Skyrim. And they say, well, I didn't know what to do. I was, you know, I was like, you know, it was just forest. I'm just running around in the forest, and you know, what do I do? You know. Another thing, people say, people like, well, this is just dumb people who a lot of, you know, surprising a lot of people say that, you know, oh, I didn't like having to run from town to town. Well, there's a fast travel feature, and if you couldn't figure that out, then, and that's your reason for not liking the game, then you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. So I remember when I played Oblivion, I didn't realize there was a fast travel feature either, and it was only when a friend told me I was like, oh.
You found the vessels. I was worried that I had sent you to your death. In life, Hevnoraak drained his own blood from his body. His goal was to transfer his power back into himself after death, becoming a powerful lich. The vessels contain that very blood. Empty them, and you remove any chance he has of regaining his former powers. Very well. Empty the vessels into the sconce near the throne. Then sit in the throne. When you have done so, I will unbind Hevnoraak. He will awaken in a weakened state, but the lich is still to be reckoned with. Be ready.
Okay, so once you have all the vials, you have to sit. You have to put the blood in the bowl there, and then sit in the throne. And that will awaken Hevnoraak, who's the dragon priest. That we're gonna kill him. We're gonna take him out. He's gonna be dragon priest number 4 on our little list. So after we, you know, I'll let you see that fight. I'm just messing around. I'm kind of OCD about having arrows on my back when I don't have my bow equipped. Okay, here he is, Hevnoraak. He can be a pain, not gonna lie. He is one of the stronger dragon priests, definitely. He specializes in shock magic, so I was just drinking anything because I didn't know, I couldn't remember what he used, what kind of magic he uses. So I was just taking anything. But he specializes in thunder magic, shock magic, and he has a staff that has thunder wall, and that can be very damaging. As you can see right there, you know, I was as close to death. Probably another hit, and I would have been, you know, in real trouble. I've got Vorstag here, just sort of giving him another target to aim at. Yeah, he is very. Storm Wall is the staff that he gets. It creates electric all along the floor, and it does 50 points of damage if you stand on it. And you see, it was strong enough to actually break through the spell barrier that Spellbreaker has. So he's definitely one of the stronger Dragon Priests. Definitely, if you're going to take him on, you're definitely going to have to be on the top of your game, or just bring up a big supply of potions. Because he's definitely a tough opponent. But actually, Vorstag robbed me of the kill there, which was a little bit disappointing. But in the end, Hevnoraak's dead, so I just gave him a little nod of appreciation. That's a harmless animation. That is, when he's dead, his thing can't hurt you, so it's just an animation stuff. But his so that's Hevnoraak. He's dead. You get a diamond for killing him, which is amazing, and Hevnoraak's mask makes you immune to disease and poison. Now, the immunity to disease is probably less useful than the immunity to poison, because there's not actually that many enemies in Skyrim that can give you diseases, other than wolves, skeevers. Poison immunity is pretty good.
Thank you, hero. Now, I may finally rest. Take Hevnoraak's iron mask. It may be of use to you, and serve as some reward for your feat here.
Alright, so that's it. We've saved, well, the land, I suppose, from Hevnoraak. This has been Mark from GamebustersUK. The only channel where you'll see this guy, by the way, exclusive. So you better subscribe to see the remainder. We're 50% of the way through. Killed 4 Dragon Priests now. Let's do a roll call. Volsung, Vulcan, Croesus, and Hevnoraak. So in the next episode, we're going to be taking on Otar, Dragon Priest named Otar, who is also called Otar the Mad. Now that's going to be an interesting one, but this one was very fun to play. Definitely recommend it if you're into your adventuring, because it is a very fun quest to go on this one. Definitely has its rewards with the mask at the end, and there is a few chests, and there's a word of power as well. But I've been Mark from GamebustersUK with John Belmont, Dragon Priest Hunter, episode 4, Hevnoraak. See you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like listening to the commentary. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Give it a like if you liked. Don't have to, but it would really help me understand my viewers. And you know, showing off the mask there, immune to disease and poison, great. And just showing off the other ones as well. But I'm going to sign off here. So thank you very much for watching.